Hey guys, I'm just actually having a break from the usual reviewing of books and telling you about rules and that to have a quick go on Freeblade. Freeblade's been out for a while, but if there's some of you out there that don't know, it's basically a free downloadable app game available from the App Store, where you get to take the part of a Imperial Knight, Freeblade. So, everything you'd really expect. A lot of blowing up, a lot of killing things, a lot of nastiness. And being 40k, a lot of exposition. You can hear them just going on and on and on. Get to the battle. Okay, I think we're about to kick off soon. I hope we are at least. Here you go. You start off in your own beautifully shiny brand new knight. It's one of the Warden Knights because you've got the your light weapon, your chain blade, your battle cannon, and you can see that missile pod on the top. The first enemy you face is in the tutorial, which is Chaos, Khorne Berserkers by the looks of it. But, frankly, could be anyone in red. Red is a very popular colour in Chaos. As you can see, it's the graphics on this are good. They're not amazing, but for a phone app, it's got nice graphics, nice quality, good explosions. Not too far off Space Marine. I don't know if any of you have played the 40k Space Marine game. It's one of my favourites. It's really good. On the Xbox 360. Here you can see it's demoing me how to do... It's demonstrating how to use the various weapons. It started off with the light weapon, and it's just demonstrated the battle cannon. I get to blow up a couple of Chaos Rhinos there. Weirdly enough, not as spiky as I'm used to with Chaos Rhinos. Then again, I do come from the whack a bunch of spikes in an era. It's a lot of fun, it's a lot of enjoyable, and now it's bringing that third weapon into the mix, the rocket pod. You might have to excuse some of the long pauses. I have Tourette's, and some of what I'm actually doing is just twitching off there while I wait to gain control of my face again. Here you go, you can see how that missile pod works. Raining down devastation on the enemy. And finally, it's going to demonstrate how I use the chain sword against this beautifully vicious brass scorpion. I do like some of the Chaos war engines. They're particularly good. Oh, I'm being supported by Space Marines. Well, Dark Angels. No! Stop trying to do that. Bad Chaos Drake. Bad. Little known fact, Chaos Drakes mate for life. Sorry, just letting some of the exposition go through there. Achievement unlocked. Yay, I got 500 XP. There's a lot of loading screens like this. Here you go. A little bit more exposition there for you.
Surviving knight of House Dracus. We are only able to rescue the House of Crystal and a handful of others. It is with great sadness that I must document the fall of House Dracus. Although Fort Dracus burns, all hope is not lost. Brother Sergeant Adele, we have not forgotten our pact with the Dark Angels. We will rise from the ashes, in vanquishing our mutual foes, and create a new legacy. What should this legacy be?
So I don't know what the name is. Ooh, it'll take me hours to think of a name here. Let's see, Wargamer something. something, I'm not sure. I think we all know where this is going. Wargamer Dad. Nice and original. One of the cool things about this is you get to customize your knight quite a lot. Not possibly as much as if you were actually painting it. Get on with it. Let us paint your war machine. I'm not sure why he stripped the paint off in the first place, being as he's still wearing it, but it strips all the paint off to let you repaint your war machine, or to encourage you to repaint your war machine. You can see at this point we've taken a nasty gash to the face of the knight and we've lost the missile pod. See, there's some pre-built liveries as well. You can also look at the individual parts of the knight. There are multiple sections that you can choose to paint or choose not to paint as your heart sees fit. You can also fiddle with the edging and stuff like that. You can see there that there's a lot of customizability because you get to pick bits, or you can, if you want, just go with one colour. So you can paint the individual bits, or you can paint the whole thing. There you go. As you can see, that I've just chosen to paint the whole thing red. I think I'm going to be going for an Iron Man theme here. There we go. Red and copper, because, you know, there's nothing like painting yourselves in the same kind of colours as the guys that just wiped out your house. You can see you get quite a few nice views of the knight. It's actually got quite a lot of detail. You can see almost all the detail you'd see on an actual model of a knight. And here we go.
Our strike cruiser, your arrival is timely indeed, Knight, for we have orders to repel an orc invasion force. Please join us at the campaign table.
Sorry, this is just me selecting whether or not to use the cloud data, which had some previous gaming on it, or use the local data to continue showing this demo. For some reason, it took me quite a few minutes to think. It often does. I did this quite late at night, so I apologise if there are any long gaps in it. Here's the first set of missions, which is what I'm basically going to go through for you guys. I'm not going to go beyond that because this is just a basic review of the game and how it works. It's not the kind of game that needs a playthrough, really. You can go through and see all the missions and all the stuff ahead of you, but really you just play one after the other after the other. You can also see... Oh, sorry. Oh, look, some pretty artwork. There's a lot of loading screens like these that take quite a bit of time, but not to worry. The game itself is relatively fast-paced. And being a mobile app game, you can always make a sandwich while you're waiting. Here we go, the first level proper, where I get to kill green screens. You can see there that the colour scheme is actually very readily apparent. I do like this about this game. It's one of the things that almost everything in 40k seems to cling on to, is the customizability of your guy. There are a few games where you play through from start to finish as one guy, but even then you tend to get a lot of choice with weapons and stuff like that. It's one of the advantages I think 40k itself has over most other systems, is that you can really customize stuff, make stuff how you want it. You can see me blowing shit up there and killing things. If you look at the little round circle around on the targeting reticule there, you can see it starts off all the way around, and the more I shoot, the smaller it gets. when it vanishes entirely, that's when it overheats and the weapons stop working, as you can see there. So you've got to literally just wait for them to start working again. There's nothing you can do. It does introduce a good level of skill into the game. It's worth noting, I have no choice over where the knight goes. It walks down a predetermined path, a bit like a fairground ride, or if any of you are old enough to remember the arcade classic House of the Dead, or any of the other arcade shoot 'em ups where you'd go in and there'd be a gun there that you'd hold. It's very similar to that. You're on a ride and you're going through from start to finish. You haven't got decisions to make, you've just got things to blow up. It does limit the replayability of it. There's no sandboxing, there's no, oh, I could try it this way now. So it is the kind of game you'll probably only play through once or twice. But at the same time, it's not a bad game for all that. It presents a reasonable storyline, it presents a reasonable story arc. You can see here I've got some gold and some other bits and pieces. You can see here you can go through and see what you've got, what you've achieved. Again, you can see I've unlocked a couple of other colours. But also, I'm just about to try something with the trim. Yeah, I've made the trim shinier. And you actually get a lot of emblems and stuff like that. You can see on the screen there's ones with gold coins. You can either earn the gold coins through battle, or as you maybe already be suspecting, you can buy them. If you want to buy them, that's cool. There's nothing wrong with spending money on these things. Most of the stuff you spend money on is aesthetic stuff rather than stuff that actually affects the game, which I like. I'm not a big fan of. I'm not a big fan of pay to win. And I don't think the guys that made this game are massive fans of pay to win either. They've obviously gone for something more entertaining on this one. Here we go, we're going into the next level. Again, a lot of these loading screens when it loads can be a bit boring, but the action more than makes up for it. Here I am looking beastly in red with my new paintwork. It does allow for quite a few different play styles actually. You can play it in a very cold, calculating way, where you try and conserve your ammo and avoid overheating. Or you can play like I'm playing it here in a very aggressive, proactive way. If I hadn't blown that truck up, it would have unloaded orcs, so I blew it up before I had a chance. Now I get to smash shite. It does this a lot. It reminds you how things work just before you go in there, just in case you forgot how to smash things with a chain blade. Yeah. You can see there you get a nice vicious hit, but this time I've gone and got a critical. Criticals are nice, they do a lot more damage, and you can often wipe out a guy in one turn. There we go. I do like this bit. You gotta love the fact that the orcs are just so keen to kill things, they're blowing up their own guys. It's also worth noting you can take some of the damage out with long shots before you get into close combat. So there are multiple options. I don't know if you get a later point where you get to go for pure close combat or pure long ranged, but you get to have a lot of fun. Again, you can see the levels are relatively short. I've earned an iron shield and that's going to be useful later. Yeah, the levels are relatively short and there's quite a bit of violence and gumpkin. What's violence and gumpkin? Sorry. There's quite a lot of bit of talking and gumph between them, but quite a bit of that gumph. Oh, look, rate the game. No! It's worth noting that after I finished this, I did rate the game and I gave it quite a good rating. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. Could do better, but not much. Yeah, as you can see, there's a lot of bits and pieces between it. You get an extra weapon, it tells you, here you go, add that extra weapon to your to your armory, and it then explains what equipment and what you're doing. The explanations are fairly in detail and fairly simple. This isn't a game you're going to have trouble figuring out. You might have trouble remembering where some of the bits are occasionally, but yeah, it's nice, it's simple, it's straightforward. It's a great way to kill half an hour, or in the case of this, 26 minutes and 34 seconds. If you're wondering how I know exactly how long, there's a little timer in the corner of the screen that you guys can't see. Okay, and blowing that shit up. Here you go. Again, it's demonstrating me how to use the ion shield and how to defend myself. Nice little special effects there. How to defend myself from these heavy weapons troops. Again, it plays like it's on rails. I don't have a choice but to use the ion shield and then shoot. Once I get into it, I've got a bit more freedom. For example, there I completely failed to use the iron shield. Here's another Death Dread, or Mega Dread. Again, you can see I'm taking off bits and pieces before I get into combat and then hitting it, or in this case, failing to hit it and it's hitting me. Fortunately, I'm quite robust. Unfortunately, by the time I played this, it was about 1:30 at night, and I was getting tired. But there you go, I've done it some damage. Come on, kill it, kill it, kill it. No, failed again. One thing I do like about this is, and you can't see it, yes you can, there you go. I've got fires on me, I'm taking lots of scratches and damage. As you take damage, it becomes more and more apparent on your knight that you've taken damage. There's not just the red glowing you can currently see flashing around the outside. There's stripped and damaged paintwork, there's battered weaponry, and there's actual small fires, you know, covering the knight, which is quite satisfying, to be honest. Here we go. I'm blowing things up, and just as I'm killing things, I'm going to get some fire support. One of the key elements to this game really is not overheating your weaponry and not using it up to the extent where you're just stuck waiting for it to recharge. You can see here I've taken quite a bit of damage and I'm on fire everywhere, but magically the Dark Angels saved me. God bless their traitorous heretic little souls. Here we can see I've gotten a couple of bits of equipment. It's explaining to me the different rarities of equipment. It's worth noting, at least for the first 2 levels, the equipment you get is the same, no matter how many times you play it. Last time I played it, I got exactly those cod pieces and exactly that Gatling gun. Again, it's going to limit the replayability of it, but being as it's a free game, it is exactly the kind of game you can play once, have a little bit of fun with, and then uninstall off your phone / tablet and forget about for the rest of your life. Here we go. You can actually send in salvage teams as well. It doesn't do much. You just send in a bunch of guys, they pick up some tech, which, here we go. I got some ore, yay me. I could use gold to fund another salvage team, or I could not. I'm sure that ore would come in handy at a later point, but I'm not going to play this game long enough to find out. It's just meant to be a fairly quick and simple review. There you go. I'm looking up and down the stats there. Again, there's other bits and pieces that you unlock, including different types of gameplay and that. As the game progresses, you can see as I've gone through levels, I've already unlocked several different colour schemes. So, yes, you can buy extra colours, but you don't actually have to. Got a beautiful Nurgle green there, which and Wazdaka red. Yeah. Sorry, so there's a beautiful Nurgle green there, which is quite nice, and then you got the Wazdaka red. You've got multiple options for how you want to play it. So you can feel with the colour schemes, you can adapt it and muck about with it as you go on, and or you can just change your colour each mission. Just sticking firmly with the Iron Man theme here. Iron Man does whatever an iron can. Pancake flat like a glove. Do 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 do. At this point, I've not unlocked any of the liveries, other than the customizable ones. They're not particularly impressive, to be honest. You get a few cool symbols and you get some nice stuff, but frankly, it's more fun to make your own. You can see that you've got the option to invite friends, you've got the option to rename your knight, and you can compare scores and high scores against your mates if you really, really want to. Here we go through the last bit. I'm probably going to try and get killed at least once in this last bit so you can see him die. It's just running through that I should equip the Gatling cannon in place of the main cannon. There are lots of different weapons types. They all have really nice special effects and they all look really good, frankly. He's just explaining stuff. But you see, when you equip new war gear, it will show you the advantages of the new war gear over the old war gear. And you can see there we've got the 3-barreled Gatling gun looking very nasty. I'm going to quickly add an armoured codpiece. And it lets you even get the chance of going back to put the other codpiece on. For some reason, this codpiece increases my chance of a critical strike. I'm not sure why crotch armor would do that, but that'll be something for the writers of the game to explain why they think crotch armor affects how good I am wielding a chain blade. Here we go again. We've got some beautiful graphics, some beautiful run-up things with. I love the fact that the orcs, they're so tiny yet they look so brutal. And there you can see again, it's quickly running through how to use the weapons. You can see on the end of the room, as I use it, the weapons themselves heat up. So you can see that they're overheating and becoming non-usable. It's nice that that actually is reflected on the night as well. There's a lot of very nice little touches to this game. Unfortunately, the fact that that Gatling cannon keeps overheating isn't exactly one of them. One of the skill points in this game is very much maintaining cool weapons. Otherwise, you just end up standing there for long periods whilst they hit you, which isn't that bad in and of itself. As you can see, the damage graphics and special effects are really quite nice. I am on tiny fires. It's worth knowing at this point that with the targeting reticules, my finger's actually about 2 or 3 mil beneath the targeting reticule. So you can always actually see what you're targeting. Just waiting for everything to bloody cool down. And taking a hell of a lot of damage whilst doing it. Come on, blow shit up, blow shit up. Yay. The Gatling cannon does a shit ton of damage, but takes a load to cool down. As you progress, you not only get different, better weapons, but you also get better versions and uncommon and rare versions of the weapons, which will work better and take longer to cool down. I believe I'm about to get killed. And here you can see me unceremoniously falling on my ass. You're about to see that this is not one of those games where you die and you have to start again. You have the option to return fully repaired to the battlefield literally just before you left. So all the damage I took getting here is gone. It means that, yeah, it is a game you're going to complete. You're going to eventually get through it. Rather than having to worry about it. But you're going to have a lot of fun doing it. It's a great game. I think it would have benefited from a tablet or something with a bigger screen. But all in all, it's a lot of fun. You get to brutalise your opponents, you get to smash them. You can see with the special effects, it's nice, it's slow, it's meaty. And frankly, it's just really enjoyable. There's nothing too complicated about it. Anyway, oh look, I've got another cannon. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. And I hope it didn't drag on too long. You can see I didn't quite do as well in that mission. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope it didn't drag on too long. And I hope to see you guys next time. Hi guys, hope you enjoyed that video. And if you did, remember to like and subscribe to my channel. I'm also on Facebook and Twitter. Not sure why, but I am. So if you like it, see me there. And please tell your friends. Thanks very much. Bye.